Can you imagine what am I even saying? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a certified house mover. So if something's not working, I shall get up and move from it. It is plenty neighbors a challenge for you, especially if you have not yet blown in this Lagos. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. You're welcome to get sit, you relax, grab a drink or something. Let's talk. Alright, my name is Lofemide. Yeah, my name is Lofemide, and I write for a living actually, but sometimes I like to talk about things that interest me, and that's what we'll be doing here. On this channel, we'll be talking about a couple of things, but the more frequent one is this one that is really close to my heart: house hunting in Lagos. Yeah, so this is house hunting with Lofemide. I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks on how to find the perfect house at the perfect price in Lagos without losing your mind. You know now, you know how it can be. If you've ever moved out in Lagos, I'm sure that you can relate. Can I get a witness from the back? Alright guys, so that's what we're doing here. And yeah, you might be asking, why am I qualified to talk to you about house hunting? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a certified house mover. You see, I solemnly believe that I am not a tree. So if something's not working, I shall get up and move from it. Do you understand? So for instance, if I get a new job and it's a really cool job and where I'm living is too far, I'm gonna move. I find a really cool school for my child and it's too far from me, I am still gonna move. I move. The way we are moving in Nigeria, and that's how I've been moving for the past 10 years. And so in all these movements here, I've met a couple of agents and all of that. And I realized that that's bustle of just going from house to house, checking dead houses, by looking for the good one, kissing a lot of frogs in terms of gates and agents and stuff before you finally find the point that's in your house. It doesn't stress me. Superpowers. But really, it doesn't stress me. What agents talk, I really, really love empty spaces. I like the way there's something about when you enter into an empty space, an empty house. It's just so full of possibilities. It's just like, wow, so much could happen here. Even when it is dead, even when it's like grade A dead, okay, maybe like grade Z dead. There's so much. So I enjoy it. I feel like agents are very interesting people. They can be very funny, I know, but I just find it quite interesting relating with them, laughing and playing. So my friends actually call me all the time to say, I want to move, oh, help me. And I help them with house inspections. I even think I know how to find the best deals online, because they're always like, what's this house online? And I check that same online. You know? When you're can you imagine what am I even saying? Is house hunting my talent. But guys, long story short, I enjoy house hunting, and I've learned a lot in this time, in the space of a couple of years. I've been house hunting for myself and my family and for people around me, and I feel like I have one or two things to share that might benefit you, especially if you have not yet blown in this Lagos. If you have blown and you have bought your own house in Banana Island, you can come here for my fast talking or come here for my low cut. But this is not really for you. But it's for you guys that are looking for 3 bedroom, 2 bedroom apartments in this Lagos, and you're still trying to balance it in. You don't want to give your salary to the landlord at the end of the day. Get in here. Let's have this conversation. Alright, so welcome back. As I said, we are going to be discussing about house hunting in Lagos, and I like to start from the beginning, really. Today we're going to discuss two things. Two things to say that will help you get the right house, and is really preparing for the house hunt. Yes, like go to primary school, they were right. If you plan to fail, you fail to plan. That's in our cases, yeah. Sometimes it can be spontaneous. I digress. Back. Okay, so before you look for a house, what should you do that will position you to find the right house? And then when should you actually start looking for that perfect house? So guys, before you look for a house, because I've seen people do it all the time, they just jump from fire pan to fire and pay more for it, and completely avoidable. And that's when you're tired of a place, it begins to feel somehow you just don't like the energy, and you're like, get out of here. But before you get out of there, it's always good to sit down and think things through. Like, I actually really recommend getting sticky notes. I don't know if you know anything about design thinking and about how thinking through processes and problems can help you come up with the right solutions, not just the obvious solutions, but the actual right ones that work. So design thinking, it really works out something. Get sticky notes, a couple, put on the table in front of you and write, what is my ideal house? If a house is popping for me, what would be there? Would it have jacuzzi in every room? put it there. Also think about your level and stage. Okay, we're in the ideal stage now. Yeah, come up with the ideal stuff. Like this is perfection for me. And jacuzzi in every room if it is, water heater in every kitchen, three kitchens so I don't have to share. Two bedrooms in the master bedrooms because me and my husband don't want to share wash and basin. Is that you? Okay. Whatever it is that is important to you, access roads. I don't want bad roads. My car is always faulty. Schools nearby, no church nearby. I want gated estate that has uniform policemen that has queue 20 200 million questions before you can come in. Write the things that are really important to you. What's my ideal home? What would it be? Write it on one paper. Then pick another paper, preferably another color, and then write what is working in this house that I am. For instance, I really wanted to move, like really bad. I wanted to move this year. It was really like a big deal for me. Like I'm going to move, and but I had to realize that some things are working where I was. For instance, access roads. It was easy to access. It saved me quite some time on the road because I could easily join most major roads I want to connect to. So write it down. What works in this house? Do you have neighbors that are not intrusive? Do you have a security guy that doesn't ask you for money every 2 days? Does your water always work? Is your light good? Do you have to buy fuel or you're using water all the time? What works where you are? It's good that you list it. Now, what is not working? What is not working? Also list it out. Because sometimes we don't really think through what is not working. We just think that this whole house is not working. Sometimes when you think through what is working and what is not working, what you need could just be a little upgrade. Maybe you just need to change your toilet flusher and you'll feel better about it. Because, better in the Lord, if your toilet is not flushing, it can make your whole house look like rubbish. It can be very frustrating. Let's not even go there. Maybe you just need to change your zinc in the kitchen. Maybe you just need to do a new color of the wall. Just list it. What is not working? If for instance, what is not working, like you don't have enough space. Maybe your kids are having to share your room because their own room is too small. When you have visitors, sister in the Lord, you need space. You cannot do it by where you are. You cannot add an extra room to your landlord's house. That has to be a crime. It's a crime. Adding extra room to somebody's house. I'll have to look that up. But write out the real issues. That what is my problem with this house? When you have done that, now open another paper, preferably another color, and then write it down again and see what are the things that I must have in my new house that I cannot compromise. I have a friend who used to live in Community Road, and the house wasn't bad in itself, and it was quite affordable, but the road was bad, and he used to fix car all the time. So for him, moving house meant a place where I can drive in and drive out without having to pray about it. Why am I saying, God, watch over my exhaust pipe, the job on this road. Please keep my bumper, let it not fall. But there's no water problem and all that. So that was a big deal for him. So for you, think about it, that what are the things that I absolutely cannot do without in my new space? Do I want space? Or do I want something cozy? Do I want a big kitchen? Why do I want a big kitchen? Do I want wardrobes because there's not enough space for me and my husband? If I put wardrobe in this new house, in this current house, will it work? Think through it and see if there's things I must have. Then things that are nice to have and then somewhere else. Like for instance, balconies are fantastic, they're nice to have, but maybe for you it's not that important. For me, balconies are important because it means that when people are coming to your house, they can dust their legs properly before they enter. Sometimes you can put your little flower pots and make it look good. I just think balconies are important. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you don't get a lot of guests. So write out things that are okay, but not quite important. Now on the last paper now, that's your deal breakers. What would make me not take a house? So if I find a house that is perfect like this, but it's in the middle of nowhere, am I willing to? Guys, we found one house one time. Perfect house. If you see the kitchen, I fell in love with the picture of the kitchen. But from the house to Chevron, it was on Chevron Drive, I think. From the house to Chevron, my sister in the law, it was almost an hour, and there was no traffic. So nice house and everything. It ticks off the buckets, but it wasn't functional. Because on days when your car doesn't work, what are you going to do? Or maybe it's raining, or maybe you come back home late, or that's like another at least 30-40 minutes to your commute. So if it takes 1 hour to get to work, I have to add 40 minutes to it already. Okay. So what are the things that are going to be deal breakers? Is service charge a problem for you? I see there. I cannot pay service charge. It's a deal breaker. So if I find the right house and service charge to it, I cannot pay. Is plenty neighbors a challenge for you? Maybe you like to live just two people or max four people in the compound. You don't like to live in barrack kind of house, no matter how fine it is. Sit down. But if you don't mind barrack kind of house, if it's okay to have lovely neighbor, as long as they're not in your space. Also, so identify your deal breakers. Now you already know what your ideal home is like. You already know what is working where you are. You know what is not working where you are. You know what you're looking for. You know what is absolutely non-negotiable, and you know what you can compromise on. You are ready to search for your house. Okay, guys, so on to the next question. Do you have a budget, guys? That's the first thing agents will ask you. And what I always recommend is that you look for a figure that is below, slightly below what you can afford. So for instance, if your actual budget is 900,000, tell your agent 800K, because it's going to find you out. It's going to find you house in the range of 700 to 900. So just what if you can afford. If you cannot afford 1 million, don't tell them 900, because eventually it's going to come up to like 1M. So if you can afford 900, tell them 750, 800. Let them look for. You're going to end up paying like 900K eventually. So agree on a budget. Now when people agree on a budget, they always just think rent. Remember, your budget includes agency fee, what's that thing that we pay? Damages, caution, agreements, all the works. So I can budget, be clear and choose your budget. I can afford to pay 900K rent and 400K of the rest. That's 1.3. On 800K rent and 300K of the rest, that's 1.1. That is what my energy can take. Be clear about it somewhere in the back of your head, so that when you are talking to agents and thinking total packages, it won't shock you. So now that you know what you're looking for a house, if you're looking for a house, and you know how much you're looking for, do you have a budget? Yes, you have a budget now. Where do you want to live? Now it's always very, very limiting to just pick one place. I can, when I have like two places, so of course as a prime place that you want to live, I really, really want to live in, but have a close option B and option C, because sometimes the house you're looking for is just not in the place you're looking at, and sometimes you can find a good place that you didn't even think about, that you didn't even know about until you start looking. So have that. And then just having options makes your search wider. You can tell your agents, okay, I'm looking for a house in Gbagada, for instance, but I wouldn't mind Maryland as well, or I can do Anthony. Same region, same area, but give them flexibility to be able to look for more. So, guys, to the question, when should I start looking for a house? I recommend 3 months before you absolutely have to move, but with 60 to 70% at least of your budget. When I say budget, I mean your entire budget, not just rent plus all the other works, plus the full package, total package. 70% of that securely kept somewhere. So, for instance, if the full package is 1.3, because maybe rent is 850, and there's 250, I'll be 300 on the, and you have that 850, and you say, okay guys, take 850, I'll balance 250 next month. They'll be reasonable about it, because cash wins all the time. Person that has the money on ground always gets the house. And I tell you the truth, if you find a good house in June or July, take it, because as you're looking at that house, lots of people are looking at the house. In fact, if a house has been too long on the market, it's always a sign that something is wrong with it. If it's a good house, it won't stay long for somebody else to pick it up. So what to do is start looking like 3 months before. If you don't find something in June, you still have July and August to find it. So you're not under pressure. As opposed to when you only have 3 weeks, the first things you see that just look like it, like it to take it, and it might not go well at last. So 3 months before. So guys, let me quickly show you a house that I took a friend to see. We saw this house in Gbagada. She's looking for a 3 bedroom flat or 4 bedroom flat in Gbagada, and they're open to spending just a little over 1 million on the property, because of the area they're looking at. In Lagos now, the area determines the price. Is the area we pay for essentially. So let's go see this house. I'll tell you what works, what doesn't work, what could be good or not about the house. And when we are back, we'll wrap this up. Let's go. Okay, so let's start from the street view. This is the street. It's like a gated mini estate, and that's one of the reasons why it's actually expensive too, because of all those access controls that they've put in place. Now, this is the building itself. It's a story building, has a 3 bedroom flat and one mini flat. Now, let's go in. So this is like a balcony type of place, like a living space, if you will, with AC, washing machine, those kind of things. Then that's the main entrance. The sitting room. Sitting room is kind of like massive, actually quite spacious, to be honest. Now we're going to the kitchen. Kitchen is quite modern, very well done. There's storage space with demarcations already in place, and the kitchen is not, it's not particularly very big, but it's functional. Double zinc is what they're going to put there. I said that's in the other flat, and the windows are quite impressive. You don't like it to be cooked up in your kitchen. Cabinets of course look very good. Now let's go to the rest of the house. Okay, so back to the sitting room is where we are, and then there's this walkway that I really like. This like long walkway where kids can play, and I think it's important for you if you have kids. That door is the exit door, back door, and then this is right now we're in the master bedroom. Yes, it's quite spacious, and you have a cute little balcony for the couple if you want to, and just chill on your balcony. This is the restroom. It's modern amenities. I feel like it could have been done better. Actually, they could have actually put toilets in one side, shower in one side, so that it's not interfering. That space could have managed better, but it's not bad eventually if you think about it. I mentioned this small balcony. Yes, this is where the balcony is. Balcony is quite cute. AC, maybe a chair or two. And down here is like what's going to become parking space. That's what even gives me comfort for this house, that you won't be stretching each other to say, come, I want to go out, because they have a lot of expanse for parking space. Everybody can have like two or three parking slots without disturbing each other. Now, and when another room is it's a I think it should be the guest room, going by the fact that it just has one double wardrobe. That other one has two double wardrobes, the master. Of course, there's the water heater, there's the AC socket, there's the AC internal drive, there's the restroom, which is not bad at all as well. The mirror, the shower, the water heater, the floor, bomb cleaner, all of that. Then let's go to place that I think they want to use as a children's room, because this has one double window, one double wardrobe, and one single wardrobe attached. So I guess they have plans for this to be the children's room, and it's not bad for ventilation. Two windows, not bad for space too. So this house is like good for people that are actually a family. You have kids, maybe help, maybe you are going to have mommy over or daddy over or guests like that. So you can have a comfortable master's bedroom, and of course this is the guest toilet. It's beautifully done, attached to the sitting room. They clearly did try. The finishing is not bad at all. But this house there, the comma there is really the service charge. Service charge is about 350,000 naira, 350k. It covers security for the street, security for the house, it covers generator cost, but you're gonna have to buy your diesel. I heard that there'll be contributions monthly across the compound for diesel, but the owner of the house will provide a silent industrial gen, which is what all of you are paying for, and then security, loma, compound cleaning, all of that are covered for the entire year. So if service charge is a big deal for you, this house is not for you. This house is 1.5 million um for rent. So plus security plus service charge, that's about 1.8 already, and then you now have about under 3 to 400 of agency agreement, all of that. It comes to about 2.1 million eventually to get the house. 2.1, 2.2. But if you can afford it, it's not a bad space at all. There's also the worry about plenty neighbors. You might not see your neighbors as much, because there's ample parking space. There'll be security guards to help direct things. It's possible that you don't have neighbor interference as much. But if you have lots of neighbors, I don't know if your children will be able to play in the compound because you're worried about the neighbors' children, all of that. But I feel like it's not a bad deal if maybe you have older kids, they're not so young, they don't really need the compound, you just want a cool place to live and you can afford it. So that's it today from our house review. If you'd like to see this house, when I went to see, they still had about 3 flats empty on taking. If you'd like to see this house, just drop me a comment. I can link you up with the agent. And in the video, you saw my friend Kike who is house hunting. She didn't pick the house because she doesn't think service charge is palatable for her. Understandable, because that comes to 1.850 annually eventually. So let me know if you like this house. Let me know if you like to see houses like this. Let me know if this video has really worked for you, what you've learned, what questions you have. I hope to do this every week. And I see you next week. We'll talk about agents and how to work with them. Yes, agents. Until then, please take care of yourself. Encourage me. Drop your comments. Like, share this video. Let me know if it works for you or not. Subscribe. Let's keep this going on. And hopefully, your next house hunting experience will be blissful and wonderful and we can do it together. All right, take care. Please, the struggle for Nigeria is not over. Join conversations, join the activations, just get involved somehow. PVCO or join a party, just get involved. We can't fold our hands anymore. We're trusting God for Nigeria. But as my friend Missy said, intervention and intercession must work together at the time. It's time to both prayer and works. They must all work together. And Nigeria is going to be good again. We're going to birth this in Nigeria to the glory of God. If you don't know Jesus and you're watching me, it's a little complex because simple decisions, big decisions, any kind of decision is easier when Jesus is in your life. He just guides you, holds you by the hand, and leads you through. I don't mind talking to you about that too. Until next week, see you.